Genesis, the Orthodox Christian Vision, Part 4, the Creation of Eve. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib, which the Lord God had taken from man, made he woman, and brought her unto the man. What do the Holy Fathers say of the creation of Eve? St. Ambrose writes, "Woman was made out of the rib of Adam. She was not made of the same earth with which he was formed, in order that we might realize that the physical nature of both man and woman is identical, and that there was one source for the propagation of the human race. For that reason, neither was man created together with a woman, nor were 2 men or 2 women created in the beginning, but first a man, and after that a woman. All this took place on the very day of man's creation, the 6th day. So Adam said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. For this reason a man shall leave his father and mother, and be joined to his wife, and the 2 shall become one flesh." Here Adam names the first woman, just as he had named the animals, indicating at the same time her oneness in nature with him, owing to her little origin from his body, and the institution of marriage, since in prophecy he foresaw that the marriage union would be necessary because of the fall. Thus we see that Adam was not only a great intellect, a great seer of the reality of this world, who was given the ability to name the animals, he was also a prophet who saw the future. Now the 2 were naked, both Adam and his wife, and were not ashamed. Adam and Eve were created, like the whole of the first creation, in the bloom of youth and beauty, and already possessing the sexual distinction that would be needed in their fallen states, yet there was no desire, no passionate thought between them. This, in the view of the Fathers, is the clearest indication of their dispassionateness before the fall, and of the fact that their minds were directed first of all to the glory of the heavenly world above. Let us now sum up the state of Adam in paradise in the words of a recent father, St. Seraphim of Sarov. Adam was created to such an extent immune to the action of every one of the elements created by God, that neither could water drown him, nor fire burn him, nor could the earth swallow him up in the abysses, nor could the air harm him by its action in any way whatsoever. Everything was subjected to him, as the beloved of God, as the King and Lord of creation, and everything looked up to him, as the perfect crown of God's creatures. Adam was made so wise by the breath of life which was breathed into his face from the creative lips of God, the Creator and Ruler of all, that there has never been a man on earth wiser or more intelligent than he, and it is hardly likely that there ever will be. The awareness that Adam's state in paradise was the natural human condition, and the one to which we may hope to return by God's grace, is one of the greatest spurs to ascetic struggle. This awareness is thus of the most practical benefit to Orthodox Christians who hope to attain God's kingdom. With the fall of man, paradise ceased to be a reality of this earth, and was placed out of our reach. But through the grace of God made available to Christians through the second Adam, Christ, we may still hope to attain it. Actually, through Christ we are able to not only gain back the state Adam had before the fall, but to attain a state even higher than that, the state which Adam would have attained had he had not fallen. In Part 5 we will look at what became the nemesis of man, namely, the serpent. This is the leap of faith.